The Texas House and Senate are back at the state capitol today to work on the governor's education savings account proposal. This would let parents use public money to pay for private schooling. It's part of the special session that started this week, but it is not the only topic lawmakers will be discussing. On the agenda includes Colony Ridge, a massive residential settlement north of Houston in Liberty County. The governor wants the neighborhood to be investigated this session. Joining us this afternoon to give us a little insight is David Goodman with the New York Times, and he covers all of Texas. So, David, thank you so much for being with us today.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Lawmakers speculate Colony Ridge is home to illegal immigrants, and others have said cartel members, in fact, live there. Based off your knowledge, what is Colony Ridge and who lives there?
So Colony Ridge is a really huge development northeast of Houston that has grown up over the last 10 years, more or less organically. It's one developer that has been, creating plots of land in this area of the woods in this part of Liberty County, and selling them to really anybody that is willing to buy essentially a small plot of land that is has certain basic hookups, and very few restrictions. And over the course of time, more and more people have moved there. There's about 40,000 people, probably more actually. No one really has a good estimate. Living there now, and part of the reason why no one has a great estimate is that there are, quite a few undocumented immigrants who have bought land there and are living there. And the Colony Ridge developers who I spoke to, say that's not illegal. Foreign nationals can buy land in the United States. And one of the ways that they do that in this Colony Ridge development is through a loan based on a tax number rather than a social security number, and they buy these small plots of land and then build their own houses. And so it's kind of a hodgepodge. There's a little bit more standard development now with houses of brick and wood that developers or home builders have put in there. But for the most part, this is a pretty unregulated area that the developer put in roads and put in some hookups and let people buy land and build how they wanted to.
As I'm hearing you describe it, I'm realizing when I worked in South Texas, we had these areas. We called them colonias, but it was the exact same thing. A big plot of land, a family could buy it, and they could build their own home on it. And as far as we knew, in South Texas at least, that wasn't illegal either. Why do you think this development has caught the eye of Republicans, and what do you think Governor Abbott hopes to accomplish by adding it to the special session agenda?
Well, the second part of that, I'm not really sure. It's similar to a colonia, but it's different in the sense that there are hookups for basic utilities. So it's a little bit more like a development that just hasn't gone all the way to having suburban style homes. Although I should say there are sections of it that do have that, and over the course of time, there's various different subdivisions within this huge, really sort of city-sized development. That have the aspect of an ordinary suburban area, even if there are folks living there that are undocumented. I think what happened was over the summer there was some attention in right-wing circles to this development, and especially to the fact that one of the owners of the development had given more than $1 million to Governor Abbott, and so that came out. And then later you had an article in the Daily Wire, which is a right-leaning news site, calling attention to this and suggesting that there was cartel activity. And this coincided with a huge surge in immigrant arrivals at the border. And so Fox News picked it up, and suddenly the governor was on Fox News saying he was going to do something about it and kind of committed to taking some kind of action. And like I say, it's not clear what kind of action he can take. These land sales are legal. The Colony Ridge developers have been looked at before over the years, and they're very confident that what they're doing is perfectly within the law.
The other thing that we've been hearing, David, is that rapid development is causing some issues to the nearby town and school district in that area. Can you talk a little bit about what that might be?
Well, so there's been litigation in the past over flooding in the area. The developer has not, or I guess a court had found that there was no sort of flooding caused by the development, but the school district is quite impacted by this huge rapid growth. They say they're getting about 150 new students a month, and they've basically doubled in size and are set to double in size again. And they're really trying to find space for all these new students who are coming in and filling classrooms. Many of them, English language learners, and folks who are coming, mostly from Harris County, but with different needs that weren't necessarily being provided by the Liberty County or by the Cleveland ISD, which is the ISD that serves this area. So that's been a real strain on local resources. They've tried to do bonds. A couple of them have been rejected actually by local voters. So there's real tension around the schools, which is where you sort of see some of this coming to a head. So it is a challenge in the area for sure.
David, thank you so much. We really appreciate your insight today.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.